Welcome, dear friends. Look, I don't know if it's showing you, it probably isn't, but it says positive vibrations. I certainly feel it this morning. Oh, it's the afternoon. It's afternoon. I've been flying around like a chicken with my head chopped off. Look at that view out there. Not a chemtrail in sight. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my God, I absolutely love clouds. Listen, guys, that down there ain't gonna stop. That's his job. So you're gonna hear a lot of noises. I'm sorry about that. There's nothing I can do. But I just thought it would be really good for me to just jump on and thank everybody who joined me last night. I really unexpected, to be honest. I thought there might be about 50 or so, because I told everybody if you've not got if you don't feel you've got an attachment or an issue that isn't you, don't come on, because it's going to make my job a little bit harder, because I'm trying to focus on everybody who's coming on. So I jump through the screen and try and work something in that kind of energetic field. So anyway, there was apparently there was a few hundred on. So okay, I've got things coming up on my screen. I didn't cancel. Right, there's nothing I can do about that. Anyway, I want to just say thank you so much for joining me last night. Never done it before, first time, but I love to experience and challenge myself in the art of walking the path of spirituality. So what is spirituality? Well, my 2 decades of working in this field of work and people who came to learn what I did, I always said to them, be open to expanding. And that means that the universe expands, it changes every moment. So your work should change as the flow, as that moment feels. And everybody knows that's how I work, who knows me personally. So I'm always pushing myself to another degree, another challenge, another, just instead of sat down doing nothing, I want to do something. You know, instead of the world, as many people out there, we're all knowing now, are becoming so judgmental, so stuck in old traditions, so I don't know, it's really challenging for the judgment of this world. And it is challenging because last night I got quite a bit of grief from let's call them old school people. And I've got no issues with old school, but I think, well, that was okay for the time that you were doing your work, but things have changed now. You know, new poisons, new sprays, new this, new that, new is all coming into effect, and it's causing great damage to people. So things change, and I try and go with that change. So I'm not an old school, and that really pees off the old school people. I'm not a shaman. That really bothers the shaman people, and it bothers people that I'm not in their box and I don't conform to what they conform to. I've always been somebody who pushes the boundaries of everything that I've ever done, and I find that more exciting in life. I don't like, and especially pure energy healing, I don't teach a format. I don't teach ABC. I encourage you to listen to yourself and feel what feels right and go with that, and always be open to change. And that means you're not rigid. So that's my understanding of life, of everything I do. So last night I thought, because of what's happened over these 2 years, I get countless messages of people saying my son is not himself. It feels like somebody's inside him and he's saying he's not himself. My daughter is in a really, really bad place. She's turning demonic. And I get these constantly, guys. This isn't just like a one-off. This is constant now. So something's happening with people who have had certain procedures done to them because they've been told to do it for the good of mankind. You know what I mean? So this has been it hasn't been bothering me, but it's been, I wish I can help. So I can't do it on an individual level, and I retired years ago, so I don't do this work. So as I hear the messages from time to time, I did the pure energy healing one-to-one healing sessions, which were sometimes a little heavy, sometimes okay. But then I felt this need to answer everybody. So I sent a message to over maybe 40 or 50 people, saying to them, okay, on Sunday night I'm going to do a kind of ritual, a blessing, a ceremony, and I'm going to try something new. And it's something that is going to be a completely different circle, and I'm going to create something extremely different. And I don't know if it's going to work, but I did say to you, I'll try. And I did say, if I'm feeling strong enough, I will be online at 10 p.m. And I was online. So I created the circle, except this time I did the exact opposite of what I would normally do in circles, which is this time I would create a circle of light, but I would only call for spirit trapped in between two worlds, any negative kind of spirit, and I would then work on each client and try and encourage that spirit that is attached to them to come into the circle and move into the light. I am not boastful. I am not one to say I am amazing and brilliant, but I can definitely say this. I have received messages this morning from over 11 people thus far. I haven't looked at all the messages. I've received about 3 or 4 messages on Instagram and a few others in different places. And they've all said, my God, Mark, my daughter, she's a different girl. Oh my God, Mark, I've never felt anything like this before. I feel a huge so-and-so lift off my son, or he's different, or and so on. So did it work? To certain people it did. So what I created, I invited spirit trapped or attachments or entities to come in, and I was pulling them in a loving way, giving them that chance to move back home. Now, in a ritual, normal ritual over the 20 years that I've done this, what I would normally do is invite a human being into the circle, and when that human being came into the circle, no entity could come into that circle, and 99.9% of the time, apart from the last ritual I did, that never happened. The entity entered in, and then we had to do some work. And all of this work is amazing. It's beautiful, and when people go, "Oh, it's scary," it's not scary at all. You have no idea. The only reason why you're scared is because you don't know what you're talking about, or you don't know what's going on or how it works. When you know how it works, it's not scary at all. It's just a matter of trying to help the spirit back into the light and to clear the pain and suffering and the anger and the bad things they may have done. Right? It's really that simple. Anyway, last night I began the work and I put the music on, the music was purposely made for cleansing houses, and it cleanses people at the same time. And that music is very beautiful, and it took a long while to do that music. It took years to create that music. When I did it in the studio, if you were listening, you could have heard me. I was actually talking at the same time as the music was being played, and it was a Gregorian chants because they work really well. Now, I have no idea. People have often said to me, who are real amazing people who go into past life regression, and I had 3 people at one time told me I was a monk, right? I have no idea, but I could relate to that music, and I can sing that music really easy, and it just like how it comes out, it just like I know this music. So there is something in this music. But I also sat in a studio, and I think it was about an hour, I did what I normally did when I was doing this work to cleanse and heal spirit, to let go and to move into the light. So it was combined, that and that together. And a lot of people have been asking about that music. That music is available on Bajerski. In fact, I'll put a link to it, and it's about 10 or 30, I don't know, but it's about a tenner, something like that. It's available at markbajerski.com on the home page. So you'll see 1, 2, 3, and then if you click on it, you can listen to the introduction. So if you liked it, you can buy it. If you can't afford, I'll try my best to ask the girls. It's a complicated thing, this, right? Because you can't download it on your phone because there's too much megabytes, whatever. So it has to be uploaded onto a computer. So if you're thinking about putting it on your phone, don't bother. It'll take all your memory. So don't do it, okay? I uploaded it onto my computer, and that's fine. You can upload, and then you can listen to it from your computer. But because it's so long, it's like 24 hours. And anyway, shut up. What were you talking about? I'm lost. So when the work began, I started doing the work, and it was going really, really well, brilliant. And it went on, I don't know, time was weird for me. Anyway, so I'd finished. I'd done what I needed to do. There was no other entity that I needed to bring forward. I didn't feel anything else, and I thought, okay, I've done it. And there was a lot of strange things happening in the room. A lot of people took photos that there was somebody outside looking in. That's very normal. Spirit does come and is attracted sometimes. Whether you believe that or not, I don't care, but it was interesting. So then soon as that finished, I was going to get up and go and just knock it off, as I would do, right? Or walk away. But all of a sudden I got a download. All I can tell you is it's a download, and it's hard to describe, because a download, you could talk about it all day, but the download was, in a nutshell, the past 2 years, the present, and the future. And if anybody was witnessing, you could see that I was releasing the pain. So I couldn't help myself. This is what happens in circles. This is what happens in rituals. So if anybody ever comes inside, you'll find that the rest of them are like, oh, sending healing, because whoever is going through the purge, the cleansing, the clearing, the release, sometimes can just break down and tears and crying, and it can take ages. It can take ages. That's why rituals are very, very powerful things. And afterwards, I wish I had some clients who were on my YouTube who could verify this, who came to me. They'd tell you exactly what it's like, but it's unlike anything that you've ever felt in your life. And when I used to go, and I went to quite a few of the shamanic rituals, I learned so much. I worked alongside shamans and learned so much. And I wanted to delve into this because you know, medical industry doesn't give you this. It can't help with the spiritual stuff. So I wanted to learn this, and I did. I worked very hard. So, I was crying, and I was really, I could feel the pain of what's going on and what is coming. And I'm like really releasing it, right? And then I thought to myself, you guys don't want to end on such a lovely note, seeing me release this. So I thought, I can't continue. So I came over and knocked it off, and then I sat back down, and for the next 15 minutes, I just purged and cleansed and cleared all the pain and suffering that I felt from the world. And now, in the next coming, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, I'm going to process everything that was downloaded, what was given to me. And it's going to take ages for me to truly grasp what I need to learn from it, and what they're asking me to do, and what's the next steps towards helping in this spiritual war we're in, spiritual battle against the demonic, dark entities and evil souls of this world who are trying to poison everybody. So I'm just kind of shocked that certain people can be so judgmental and instantly see that I wasn't in control. What are you talking about? I'm fully in control because I'm releasing. Do you think control means that you shouldn't have emotions? I mean, how cold and callous and dark is that? So releasing is a beautiful thing. I was fully in control. It's just that I didn't need you to see my personal experience of releasing. You didn't need to see that. You'd had your hour session, which I promised. And now, unexpectedly, I received download. And that's it. It's that simple. And that's a beautiful thing because I'm a different soul today and I feel amazing. Even though I went through so much pain last night of what I saw of the past and the present and now the future, at least now I know and now I can do something about it and I can create instead of destroy. So instead of destroying people like me who have done nothing but help and be kind and loving, there is no ego in me. I did that through love. I didn't need to do it. I didn't need to do that at all. I didn't need to do that at all. I don't need to do these videos. I don't need to do anything anymore. I can retire and just be happy and have 100% record of doing good in this world. But I choose to continue. So for those who blaspheme, for those who actually do nothing apart from pull people down, I say to you, why don't you go to your government and say, stop what you're doing? Why do you attack somebody like a little healer who's only trying to help this world? Why don't you really attack the dark forces out there? You know why? Because you're actually weak and you're a bully and you attack people who are good and kind with your moral principles that as far away from the truth as a jab is healthy. That's all I can say. So for you people, fly away, be gone with you. You are nothing but a scourge of this world for people who are trying to heal and strengthen and become somebody who makes a difference in this world by kindness, loving, caring, sharing. What have you done today? Love you all. Have a great day, guys. I mean that for you guys who appreciated it last night. I'm so glad from my heart to yours. Have a beautiful day. Don't let the buggers grind you down. There's a lot of darkness out there and they're attacking more every day. There is an evil that is entering into people now like never before. Don't be put off. Don't stand strong. Be true, be true, be true, and keep going. Love you all.